What's up, you moneymakers? What's up, you HCMC army? I'm back with one more HCMC video. You want to watch this video before the next week, before the trading session. In this video, I'll be talking about ticker symbol HCMC, Healthier Choices Management Corp. Three things I want to talk in this video. The first thing is what's ahead of us next week for HCMC, what we should be looking into. The second thing is we don't really want to get scared with the FUD, some sort of uncertainty, fear, and doubt that is going to be around as we get closer to this lawsuit update and the final ruling from the judge on the motion to dismiss. There are tons and tons of information, lots of bills and whistles going on with the HCMC stock price as well as HCMC as a company and the lawsuit. So you want to be very careful analyzing what's going on with the company and how the stock price is moving. The third thing is you want to keep an eye out at the volume, the regular volume, transaction volume for HCMC, as well as the short interest. Now that's the very important thing because we have been consistently seeing higher short volume. I personally believe, and I'm not a financial advisor, that short volume will not affect going forward because the stock price is at the lowest point, as you can imagine, between 6 and 7 levels. Yes, this is kind of the short volume impact as well. Now the fourth thing is you want to keep analyzing what's going on with the lawsuit. For that reason, you want to click on the like button so that we can reach out to more and more people via this video. If you click on the like button, it doesn't cost you anything. You also want to subscribe to this channel because I'll be sharing time-sensitive updates as soon as it happens. And I've been covering HCMC lawsuit very, very closely and sharing the information and resources that we have available, whether it's through Pace Monitor or any other resource. And I've been sharing the documentation with you. I'm not a financial advisor, not a lawyer, but I do a ton of research and I like to share with you, hoping you can make informed financial decision. So do not get scared, do not get overwhelmed with the information and the flood of messages that you might be seeing on Twitter, stock tweets, so on and so forth. So I wanted to share before next week what is going to be there for HCMC in terms of the volume, what we can expect, what we should as investors should take care of when it comes to the stock investment. And this is, once again, this lawsuit is the biggest catalyst. This is a patience game. It can be hit or a miss. So you want to really understand that you don't want to invest your entire portfolio. This is pretty risky investment. Yes, it can turn into 10 times return on your investment, or it can go to zero, but there is a huge potential on the upside. So there is no harm for me personally to invest a small amount and wait and watch what happens. Maybe it can turn out to be a 10 times return on the investment. So let's talk about this. If you haven't clicked on the like button, I would like to request you to click on the like button so this video can reach to more and more people. And second thing is subscribe to my channel. It doesn't really cost you anything. If the price dips, you want to also understand why the price is dipping. Now, if you take a look at the volume on Friday was 1.34 billion compared to 1.96 billion average volume that HCMC usually has. HCMC is an OTC traded stock, so it's not really a regular stock. So for the OTC traded stock, in my opinion, this is a pretty stunning volume. Not only that, we saw 40 billion volume for HCMC back in the days. Now, one more thing in addition to the volume, you also want to keep in mind, and here is the Fintel short interest that I wanted to share with you for HCMC that can also impact the price point. If you take a look right here, for last few days, we started seeing the spike into the short volume ratio. So short volume ratio on the 3rd of September on Friday was 40.44, and prior to that, it was close to 40. 39.76, 41.11, 20.04. So when you see before the starting of this month or end of the last month, we had the short volume of 27, 22, 25, 35, 20. Now as we get closer to the deadline of the response that HCMC can file to the within the lawsuit for the motion to dismiss, we started seeing the volume going up. Now what that means is, let me show you once again. This is the timeline in which the Hcmc motion to dismiss lawsuit update that was happening. So Hcmc filed the amendment of complaint. So it gives 14 days for Philip Morris to respond, and Philip Morris responded to the amendment of complaint on August 20th. Now technically Hcmc will have 14 days deadline to respond back. So there's a back and forth going on a couple of times before the judge finally rules and shares the decision on the ruling for the motion to dismiss. Remember, it's not the end of the world just yet. We are right now where we were 2 months back. So there's nothing really fundamentally changed in terms of the catalyst. So the catalyst remains the same. It's the huge catalyst. If the judge rejects the motion to dismiss, that is filed by Philip Morris, the lawsuit will go on to the discovery phase or the next phase, which means there's nothing changed, and there will be a lot more leeway for Hcmc to get into the settlement with Philip Morris. Now, if it gets approved, that means the case might hit the deadline. In that case, you still want to consider that Hcmc is a legit company and they have a pretty good revenue as well. The revenue is between 3 to 4 million quarter over quarter, and the price point is not really, the stock price is 0.0007. Yes, it's not a great news if they don't make it through the lawsuit, but once again, this is not $2 or $3 or $4 stock. Their market cap is 233 million based on what their volume in terms of the revenue is. So with a company that has maybe 14 to 15 million dollars revenue on a year basis, their market cap is 233 million. They are holding a ton of patents, and the way that they have divided their business is in 5 particular business segments. The first one is the IP holding company, their 18,000 square feet healthy choices market, the vitamin stores that they are focusing more and more on online channels. They have the vape stores, 6 vape stores, and Q Cup, that is one of the innovative technology and patented quartz delivery system that Hcmc has. So you want to consider that Hcmc as a company as well. So the lawsuit is, yes, it's a great thing, biggest catalyst that can bring Hcmc stock price up to 10 times more than what it is today, in the best interest of all the investors of Hcmc stockholders. But and hopefully it'll go through pretty nicely. Now that's one thing you want to notice. So once again, going back to the short volume ratio, the short volume ratio has been going up and up and up as we get closer to this Hcmc response date. Now there is no specific timeline on judge's decision and as to when the ruling will come out on the motion to dismiss. Now it could be 1 week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, but my guess is it will be a few weeks before we hear back from the judge on the motion to dismiss, and which is when there will be a ton of volume, a ton of volatility into the stock price based on how it works out. That's why you want to click on the like button, click on the subscribe button as well, so you get notified as soon as I drop the video, because that is going to be super time sensitive. And once the judge decides, the stock can go in either direction pretty rapidly. It could be 200% up from what we see right here. Once again, I don't know what the price could be, but it's on the Hcmc day, this price was 0.0035, which is 5 times more than what we see here today. We have seen 0.002 very often as well back in the days. So there is a strong possibility that the stock can spike up 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or even 5 times if the decision from the judge is to move the case into the discovery phase or the lawsuit into the next stage, which means the motion to dismiss that is filed by Philip Morris will be rejected. And that's the hope most of the investors are having that are invested in Hcmc stock. Now, one more thing you also want to notice is the volume is pretty low compared to what we saw back in the days for Hcmc. We saw that 40, 50, 60, 30, 40 billion volume for Hcmc stock, and we saw in below a billion volume as well, but the volume is not really a big deal at this point. We saw the price point for Hcmc as high as 0.0065 earlier this year in February. So this the chart. As you see, on 11th of February, we saw HCMC was 0.0065, went back down, went back once again up, and since then it went all the way to 0.0010. And then there was an HCMC day where we saw early in May the stock hit once again 0.0035, and since then there is a ton going on with the HCMC lawsuit, as you already know, and there are a ton of things that you can find on HCMC's website into the news and press release section. There is still inter partes review petition. There is still a motion to dismiss petition that is filed by Phillip Morris as well. There is a ton going on with the complaint amendment, response back and forth from HCMC and Phillip Morris, and now we're at the stage where the judge is going to rule. One more thing that you also want to notice is this stock widths. Now right here we started seeing the message volume went back up. Now the sentiment, yes, it is down because it's a lot of uncertainty what's going to happen with HCMC that can literally impact the stock price. So the sentiment was down last week as we went closer to the deadline of Friday when HCMC can respond back. However, it was optional response, but in my opinion, and I did further review as well if you take a look at my previous video before a couple of days, but in my opinion, HCMC got back very strong, and they also mentioned that the PhD expert did test IQOS device themselves. The message volume went up right here. That suggests there is a strong community getting back on HCMC, keeping close eye out on HCMC and what is going on with HCMC as a company. The company does have a strong business and they have consistently been proving the revenue numbers are pretty strong. On the top of that, HCMC also closed on the rights offering, and right here you can see Healthier Choice Management Corp announces the expiration of rights offering in mid-June, June 14th, June 16th, something along the lines of $27 million in gross proceeds. So the company has a ton of money at the moment to innovate more, to come up with more, file more patents, to improve their their product, basically the e-cigarette product and Q cups that the company offers, and a ton of other things. They have also started the tie-up and collaboration with other companies like ATG Pharma Six-Pack Solution, one of the big company. They also started collaboration with Nuhi brand for the Colorado region, and they're going to expand in both the regions, not only in United States but also in Canada, where we are expecting to have more than $4 billion of volume. So there is a ton going on. I just wanted to share this information with you so you can make informed financial decision. Their business strategy, HCMC's business strategy is practically they have divided themselves into 5 companies. Once again, if I can take a look, if I can show you right here, so they have a pretty clear business model divided into 5 different pieces, and their business strategy is to attempt to expand upon and monetize the patent suite, which is, you can't really put a number against the patent because revenue number or how important and money generating the patent could be, because it may happen that there will be some newer innovation or newer devices come into the market that HCMC can license their patents, and all of a sudden it becomes millions of dollars worth for the one patent itself. So they are trying to expand and monetize their patent suite. That could be the secret sauce of HCMC as to when and how it can grow. The second thing is potentially expand upon the food store and vitamin stores that they have right now. They have 4 health food and vitamin stores that they want to expand. The third thing that they want to do is the 6 vape retail stores that they have. They want to expand upon because they're also profitable. They're considering lower operational cost and lowering down their EBITDA. And the last thing that they want to do is seek out new attractive business line opportunities with mission of healthier choices and add into their portfolio. Company has $27 million right at this point. They have one of the best lawyer firm supporting them with the lawsuit for the patent infringement suit that HCMC has filed against Phillip Morris. So there could be a pretty good future for HCMC as a company with the lawsuit or without the lawsuit. What is going to happen is with the lawsuit, the company could accelerate their market cap their monetization strategy, as we talked about right here, because their number one thing, the secret sauce, is their patent, and their patent suite can be monetized if they follow up in the right direction. And patent infringement for a multi-billion dollar company like Philip Morris, because they have invested more than $3 billion into IQOS product. That product has been used by millions and millions of people across the globe every single day. So now Philip Morris is not able to or cannot afford to take that product back out of the market, so that they can come up with some sort of potential royalty deal or potential lump sum settlement with HCMC, or maybe they are looking to buy that patent to just put a dead end into that patent, or they can buy HCMC itself. They can take just this patent and put the other business, other aspects out of the business. So there could be multiple things that Philip Morris can do, given that they're a multi-billion dollar company. They have a huge cash flow. They have an army of people that can make miracle happens as well. And HCMC is going to follow through this laws pretty closely. I hope you like this video. Click on the like button, click on the subscribe button for HCMC Army. I will see you in the next video, and I'll keep you posted with what's going on with HCMC.